Right, I want to take some time to compare old and new warrants. So, what happened what happened in North Dakota is a lot different than what's happening in Louisiana. And somebody asked to look at old documents for Williston, North Dakota, because he wants to sue the Williston police. I never sued them. I don't sue anybody. But I was looking through those documents and came across old Williston stuff, and I don't know exactly what he wants to look at, but I'm sure it's a lawsuit related. I actually tried to call him. I have a phone number now, but he didn't answer. But yeah, I got these documents that I'd like to pull up. All right. I think I could probably show this screen coming up here. I'll open up a window capture and just this screen, and you can see that I have old Williston stuff. Let's see. Now that's the order granting dismissal. Let me just take a step back. We got all of my Williston stuff here. Williston, and it's two of them I just kind of zeroed in on that, I don't think it'll help the guy, but I just want to reminisce how things were back in Willis, back in North Dakota. I have a pretty clean record in North Dakota then. I can safely travel through that state. I was able to, well, okay, I do have a lifetime ban from the Williston Library still, so there's that. I just want to avoid Williston, pretty much. So, there was a charge at the library about disorderly conduct and something else, two separate charges. I was thrown in jail twice. I demanded a jury trial, something that Louisiana doesn't give you, but they do in North Dakota. Let's see, signed attorney contract. I got a free lawyer. Let me just. Oh, is that. Okay, that's just kind of a general. Nobody signed it. Oh, wait, we did. Signed attorney. Oh, this. Okay. I don't know if there's anything there to show. Let's see, that's that. Okay, I'll open up this window. Let's see, plus window capture, whatever. And okay. Alright, and then there is a signed attorney contract. But that's with prosecutor. That's not with defense. I don't think I signed any attorney contract. Alright, going back to the folder. I just kind of navigate. Alright, what do we have? Yeah, I was able to sanction my prosecutor. Let's see. Got training records for Ravaska, Williston contacts. Let's see. Municipal court attorney fee. Okay, can we look at that? Okay, it's just a website. All right. Oh, what can I offer this guy who wants to sue Williston? Judicial tricks, accounting the money, sue bad municipalities, and a representative said that. He said, unfortunately, to get anything done, you have to sue bad municipalities. Alright, so I could open that one up. Let's get to that. Window capture again for a third time. Because he said some interesting things there. Let's see. I think I recorded it verbatim what he said. We forget that small town community law enforcement has a hard enough time recruiting if you are going to jack up localities because you are not you suing a cop. And no offense, but cops don't go into that profession for money. They work shifts work, so it's tough for their spouse to work, especially if they have kids. So who do you end up suing? Well, you're suing the municipality or the county or the city because that's how it will work. We're trying to recruit cops out to North Dakota with more of that liability. We're going to have to offer to pay them. And the other problem is when you talk about an excessive force case, doesn't matter the race or the gender of the offender, and it doesn't matter of the race or gender of the enforcement officer. Every civil rights case, every excessive force case is a civil rights case. Everyone. And the other problem is it's always based on reasonableness, which means it never settles before trial. It's a question of fact for the jury. So if we're going to talk about qualified immunity, and I think we should, by the way, we have to recognize an entire suing settle market develop overnight on this, and what it will end up doing in rural communities is it will shut down the police department. They will just turn it over to the county. Smaller towns with 4 or 5 police officers and only one law enforcement officer won't exist anymore. That's what will happen. So when we are talking about policy changes, we should be reasonable, we should be thoughtful, and we should figure out how to do it. De-escalation training for everybody is a good idea, regardless of what the racial makeup of the community is. We have more mental health, more addiction issues than ever. Training any law enforcement officer for more de-escalation training, I'm all for. I don't care if you're in Williston or New York or anywhere. The problem is when you are a department of 3 people and you are trying to mandate a federal requirement of 18 hours of training by a certified trainer somewhere. Well, what happens to your partner for those 18 hours when you're grouping people to send them somewhere to train? Because I'm just telling you, Belfield, North Dakota isn't going to develop that program, so they're going to have to go somewhere else. There's 2.3 million people incarcerated in the United States. 2 million of them are in state and local. Federal solutions to do this get very difficult, and they get really difficult if you are going to do it with what I like to call unfunded mandates that are really difficult for smaller communities. You are not without hope, by the way. New Jersey is one of the most aggressive and smart bond review programs in the entire country. Started by Chris Christie, but really truly implemented by somebody. But he's a Democrat governor, so it's bipartisan. It has worked through, but I will argue that there's a difference between New Jersey and New York. New York's pretrial release program has swung the pendulum too far, and it's going to swing back. New Jersey does it based on risk aversion and not money, but they do a real metric on risk. So if you can post an $1 million bond, that doesn't mean you are getting out of jail because you meet a metric where they're saying your likelihood of appearance at trial or your risk to the community is too high. But if you can't post 50 cents in bond and your metric is below a risk to the community and they think you are going to appear at your next court appearance, they'll let you out. So there are ways that do this. Yeah, and that's the thing with Natchitoches. They just want the money. They don't consider if you're going to appear at your next court appearance. They don't care if you're going to appear or not. They just want to take the money and hang that sword of Damocles over your head. Alright, I'll click down that, back to the folder. Let's see, condensed, okay. Okay, so I'm not sure, Rankin, no, prosecutor PDF, what does that say? Response, reduction, bail. I asked to have my bail reduced. Brief supports contempt of court. So the prosecutor wrote a motion against me for contempt of court in North Dakota. Alright, so now I guess I want to close window capture 3 because that's down, and then start up again. I wonder if there's an easier way to open up Windows. Alright, and it is a website. Okay, so this is the prosecutor. She said, what? I appeared by Zoom, and then I live streamed and recorded and transmitted the court onto my YouTube channel. And then I posted a recording on February 22nd. The contents include the sound recording of the hearing. Plaintiff makes this motion of contempt of court. So she called herself a plaintiff, but she's the prosecutor. She could have said district attorney or prosecution makes this motion for contempt of court, but she calls herself the plaintiff, seeking removal and destruction of the recording as well as any other relief this court deems appropriate for the defendant's repeated failure to comply with North Dakota rules of court. And then she went for contempt of court, disobedience, and all of that. They call herself the plaintiff again. Taylor Olson and Kendra Engett, but Engett has a different last name. So they wrote these motions. I think they're still working too. I think they're still operating. The judge didn't order me to destroy anything. He just denied my Zoom, my ability to Zoom, which then wait, what? Page 3 of 2. All right, she added another page. This was hastily written. Okay, there's that. And then, so this is towards the end of that case. Reduction, okay. All right, let's see. Then Judge Roosted responded by saying he wrote this. He wrote his own motion pretty much. He didn't sign their motion. I think they... Oh no, they didn't. Okay, that's North Dakota for you. They didn't suggest an order for him to sign. They just made their argument, and then Judge Roosted typed up his own order separately. That's what they're doing in North Dakota. Whereas in Louisiana, the motion, in the motion you write the order for the judge to sign. And I mean, you know, anything that, let me just, okay, try again. Why do I have so much difficulty with that? Anything that Louisiana is doing, you want to do opposite of it. Everything, anything and everything, because they're wrong in everything they do. They just keep pushing back against civil society, and that's how they came to fight against the North in the Civil War and lose badly. Everything they do, you gotta you just have to counter in every way. Don't offer to write orders for the judge to sign. Okay, they don't do it in North Dakota. North Dakota has a little bit better system. So anything that you see Louisiana does, you got to do the opposite, because they're just doing it completely backwards, intentionally too. And they're getting too much support for that, and too much just acceptance of it. So yeah, Judge Roosted wrote his own order, and let's see. So he says, conclusion: the court finds that the court finds the position of the city persuasive. As such, defendant's request is hereby denied, because I requested Zoom hearing, and he will be required to attend all court appearances in person. And that was back in 2021. And so I missed that last hearing, and then he put out an arrest warrant, which I don't believe I got it up here. Yeah, I skipped over it. Okay, let me just see if I can find it. So I was denied my Zoom hearing because the prosecutor calls himself a plaintiff. They're slimy like that. Let's see. It should be in here. Denied Zoom. He put out an arrest warrant for me. Motion to dismiss arguments. You know, I don't. It was, I mean, I'm sure I saved it. Signed attorney. Expense. I would have saved it, but I don't. I'd have to check my email, I guess. Motion to dismiss. No, I doubt that. Alright, so maybe I didn't save the arrest warrant. That's something that I actually need to look at. Maybe I could take that arrest warrant. I got it. Take that arrest warrant and bring it into sheriff's offices. I'll bring in the when I go to sheriff's offices, I'll print off a copy of the Williston arrest warrant and the Natchitoches arrest warrant, and maybe both arrest warrants for Natchitoches, the old one and the new one. I just bring the North Dakota one, and then the two when I get the newest one, and I'll bring them in the sheriff's offices and ask them to check everything. You know, it pretty much involves just checking my name, I guess. How many sheriff's offices can I visit outside of Louisiana before one actually takes me in? I could be taken in on the first one for all I know. Judge signing. What did he sign? Oh, order granting dismiss. Order granting sanction. Yeah, see, warrants not served. Maybe that's it. Recalled. Ooh, here it is. Okay, there. Oh, it says right up there. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Well, I can cover up that recalled, no problem, and then print it. Or maybe keep the recalled on just to maintain some honesty, I guess. So Judge Roosted wrote a bench warrant for me because I missed a court hearing. Let's see. They got my name, general delivery, Williston, and my date of birth. To any peace officer of this state, a complaint was filed against the above named defendant in violation of criminal. So it says right there, to any peace officer of this state, not of this country, of this state. So that arrest warrant didn't extend beyond North Dakota. Whereas an appearance was scheduled on in this court's May 12th, 2021, and the defendant has not appeared in court for the motion as scheduled, and has not, and that's because, and I would have appeared by Zoom. Now, therefore, it is hereby ordered that the above-named defendant be brought before this court for further disposition, and the defendant may be given a time for a court appearance and released upon the posting of an appearance bond in the sum of $1,500. Judge Josh B. Roosted. He actually prints his name, he signs it, he initials it. I think somebody initialed that. So it's not just this mess of illegible scribbling that you see from Judge Owsley or Barber. He actually prints his name. There's an initial and then a signature. Let's see. Returned warrants. And I don't even, I mean, it was recalled, this bench warrant. I think it lasted for maybe a month. Okay, because, deputy, there's a date, right? A date. Dated, okay, May 12th, 2021. Let me click out of that. And now we got motion to dismiss. May 12th, 2021. And then this is signed. I can't quite read it. The court got to stop doing this. Alright, I got to zoom in. So, January. So it'd be 5/12. 2021. This is 6/15/2021. So just over a month later, a month after he issues the arrest warrant, I get this order granting defendant's motion to dismiss. I had a free lawyer at the time, and I mean, I don't know what happened, but this just just came out. He issued 3 orders. The most important one is just simply motion to dismiss. The court, having reviewed the defendant's motion to suppress and dismiss, and my lawyer submitted that to Judge Barber in Louisiana, and he denied all motions. So my former lawyer's best arguments were all denied. Based on the motion filed, arguments presented during the February 22nd, 21 and evidence introduced to the court for review, including the video captured, and I didn't even submit it, introduced to the court but not submitted at trial as evidence. He just kind of reviewed the video outside of a trial, pre-trial stuff. And you know, Judge Barber probably did not watch the videos from Natchitoches. The court finds that on July 16th, 2020, Mr. Hines did not commit the crime of disorderly conduct. The video, so that's a suable issue right there. Jesse Cruz should be sued. Actually, I think this is something that I want to send to that one dude, that one guy. Alright, so maybe make a separate, I'm gonna make a little email here of this. Let's see, I think I could just copy the link. Oh, it doesn't do that. It doesn't look like, I'd have to go offline here. Alright, well, maybe I can, let me just hide what I'm doing. This will just take a second. Okay, open up a new window. Some Gmail. Takes a minute to, okay. Alright, there's that, there's this. Okay, there's that again. Still loading, I guess. Well, maybe I could just put it as a file attachment. Wow, this, maybe it's because I'm live streaming. I'm not getting a fast response. I do a reply. Okay. Attachments. Okay, I want to get out of that. Where's the North Dakota? Starts under N. Alright, and then it would be, yeah, well, I do have that. I want to put a copy of that of that warrant on my tablet, just to have that, compare the warrants, compare my arrest warrants between North Dakota and Louisiana. Alright, I don't know why I don't see anything. Where is it? It is, let's see, North Dakota, Williston lawsuit arguments, judge signing. Okay. Okay, North Dakota, Williston lawsuit arguments, judge signing. Okay. And then, yeah, choose that. Let me just ask what he wants exactly. Alright, sent that out. Can close. Oh, it's not sent yet? Close. Okay. Alright, no, that's set. So yeah, that's what the judge decided. Oh wait, that's not the order though. Shows us not be. Oh, that is the order. Okay. The video introduced to the, and I wonder how much COVID-19 has for influence. The video introduced to the court shows that Mr. Hines was not behaving in a disorderly manner. Mr. Hines was having a conversation with library personnel regarding the COVID-19 rules in place by the library. Mr. Hines did not make any threats to library personnel. Mr. Hines was not arrested on July 16th for disorderly conduct. The video introduced to the court shows that the arresting officer informs Mr. Hines that he was not being arrested for disorderly conduct. It is not until July 27th that a warrant for disorderly conduct is brought by the city. The facts do not support the charge of disorderly conduct against the defendant. For those reasons, it is ordered that defendant's motion to dismiss is granted. But even the judge in Louisiana can watch the video and still say, I'm guilty. Okay, both city judges, 2 city judges. Whereas a district judge in North Dakota can see very similar stuff and not see a crime. Everything you do in Louisiana is a crime. You got to do opposite, which means the opposite of going into Louisiana is not going in, is getting out. And you got to do everything opposite what they're doing over there, because it's awful. I don't know how any states could support what Louisiana's doing. So that was North Dakota. What's showing? I don't think there's anything to add to that. And yeah, there's something else I was going to talk about. Is there anybody on the internet here? Let me just check this. I don't even check the chat room. What else was I going to say? I guess, yeah, I'd like to carry around Judge Roosted's warrant for an arrest. I mean, I always just kind of kept it in my back pocket, but I didn't really seriously, consider doing. In fact, when I went to go turn myself in, I was let's see, I didn't bring that paperwork, and that was just my choice not to bring anything, just show up at a sheriff's office and just not bring anything. But this time, I'm thinking that I do want to bring the paperwork once I get it. I mean, from what I've been reading with the help of ChatGPT, I'm learning that it would help the uh, but this time it would help the sheriff um, like move a little bit faster on my arrest warrant, and I want to help him move faster. I mean, but in another state, I'm thinking that I'm going to challenge extradition. I don't challenge extradition between counties if I'm in the same state. But between states, if I get taken to jail, I'll just sit through it. I'll sit through the extradition process. Let the two governors talk it over. Because pretty much no other state is following what Louisiana's doing. So there is much up for debate with that. So yeah, I need more crowdfunding for another attorney in Louisiana. I need to blow another $30,000 on another fill. You should send that one to that guy. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, I see. There's not many viewers. I mean, I don't expect it. There's more popular people who take on greater causes than myself. This is my personal problem. All right, let's see. What else did I want to discuss? I had a little reminiscing there with uh, with North Dakota, and let's see. I I'm working on trying to get the warrant for my arrest next week from the city court, and I actually have a phone number now, so I can actually call them instead of emailing them. I'm gonna start calling them. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to bring up. It's in my Facebook too, so let me just open up my Facebook. Right there. Okay. Because, I mean, Natchitoches is definitely a cesspool. Okay, we're trying to get to Facebook. And, alright, I got 3 captured windows. I think I could delete them all, right? Unless it's something... Oh my... I got 3... Can I click them all at once? Because this is crazy. Alright, they're all gone. Now I can open up another captured window. And there is... And you can see it's my Facebook. Let's exchange IDs, or ID, and I posted the weather for Natchitoches, which is far too hot for me still. But also this guy right here. I just found out last night because every so often I'll casually search for Natchitoches news. And 2 weeks ago, this guy got arrested for selling steroids, and he's a cop. I don't recognize him, but this is a cop arrested, a Natchitoches policeman. Natchitoches police officer arrested on narcotics for selling narcotics, not just taking narcotics. And I mean, this steroid selling problem is big. It is bad. It is out of control because let's say Sheriff Bethany, Missouri, suicide. That should get it there. Harrison County Sheriff dies of suspected suicide, and he was facing charges back in 2020, early part of 2020, facing charges of selling selling steroids, Joshua Eckerson, and instead I get somebody, the sheriff that sits in his place. He looks like he's addicted to donuts more so. Let's see. Responded, accused of misuse of official information by a public servant, alleged trespass in the third degree, and alleged domestic assault in the fourth. But there was also, yeah. Also, the Missouri State Highway Patrol was requested to conduct an investigation into Sheriff Josh Eckerson. And they don't really say steroids, but that's what was being said. Maybe somewhere else. So yeah, he decided to get out of it, to end it all, and then that ends the investigation. End your life to end the investigation. He killed himself before they could arrest him. Whereas this guy got arrested. And I never played this news. I don't know if I really should. These news websites are often terrible. I'll just let that circle move as I read. They often they just don't even come on. They're just awful.
There's something special about a hard day's
or it's just
work.
full of
Since
ads
1907, we've been the bank for
that I
hard
can't even
workers,
stop
the
now.
bank that powers farmers, providing them the resources they need to power our community.
Well, a Natchitoches police officer has been arrested after a 2-month-long narcotics investigation. That's according to the Natchitoches Parish Sheriff.
Can that be heard? I think I turned down the. Maybe I could turn up the. Okay, the desktop audio is up. I need to turn up my volume. All right. Well, let's see if that works. I'll go back here.
Natchitoches police officer has been arrested after a 2-month-long narcotics investigation. That's according to the Natchitoches Parish Sheriff's Office. This investigation began when NPSO deputies received a tip of a law enforcement officer allegedly selling illegal anabolic steroids. According to police, this steroid is used to increase lean muscle mass, enhance athletic performance, and improve physical appearance when used alongside weight training. After investigating, an arrest warrant was obtained for Jonas McFerrin. He was charged with 2 counts of distribution of CDS, 3 anabolic steroids, and 1 count of malfeasance in office. Natchitoches Police Department released a statement after the arrest of Officer McFerrin and confirmed that McFerrin has been placed on administrative leave. Chief of Police Nikki O'Collins said in part, quote, "Law enforcement are public servants who are dedicated to serving and protecting the communities within their respective jurisdictions on a daily basis, and they are held to a higher standard. The actions of any law enforcement officer that violate the law and abuse the public's trust are unacceptable and require swift action."
So,
welcome back to the 5th.
Chief Nikeo Collins, I think that's his. God damn it. No, I got 10 seconds of this.
Hey, you got this, Michaela. You can do it.
Having the right team behind you makes all the...
Let me just turn that down. So I think it's Police Chief Collins. He might have been selling them. McFerrin is actually a very... Oh, man. See, these news websites have the worst video. All right, paused. Okay, so. Oh yeah, I want to turn that up. Okay, a little slow. Where's this at? Oh, I gotta. Okay, well I'll just leave it. Okay, but yeah, this Natchitoches Police Department. Okay, they're dirty. They've been dirty. They shut down their face, or they had a controversy on Facebook being all racist and stuff, and they're still being racist. It's just that they can't be as easily on their own Facebook now. They can go to other sites like YouTube, and in the comments you'll see you'll see racist stuff from likely cop, at least bootlickers. And then let's see, yeah, they shut down the comments on their Facebook, and yeah, I get arrested, and I mean the Jonas McFerrin, age 36. McFerrin is a very familiar name to me. I think he was very active on Facebook. In fact, there's Facebook. And it's showing? Okay. Then I could go to the Natchitoches Facebook. Just type in Natchitoches Police Department, and I think you'll see a lot of posts that have Farron's name. And because I think he was like an investigator. It's like, please contact. Oh, it's Greeley's a lot. I've seen Farron's name before. He seems to have been active. Greeley. I'm gonna go down a little bit and just. There's stuff about his that seemed to have been getting posted by him. I mean, it's just his name seems very familiar to me. How far back? Released January 15th, 2024. Really? I think a lot of maybe his posts were getting deleted. Because suddenly how did I get back so fast? There's Nikeo. Yeah, he don't look like he was taking the steroids. So April, May, skip June, go to July. July, August, okay. September, end of September. Yeah, there's some skipping going on here, and I think they've posted more with McFerrin. Greeley and McFerrin, I think they were two big posters, so they just kind of cut their posting down in half. And I mean, they're so dirty, but it's just the judges don't care. And somebody said that the oh wait, I'll just kind of switch screens here. Let me do something else here. Video. All right, set this over to the side. All right, somebody said that that people are already saying that it's just steroids. So what? They're not the bad drugs, the steroids. That's not really even a drug. Selling and taking steroids. So people are downplaying it, and guess the type of people who are going to be downplaying that. In my opinion, any extract is bad. So this is a bad situation, but you got the bad actors. I bet I could take a guess at least one of the people who are downplaying it. Cloyd Benjamin. He's downplayed that situation, and it's not even going to be in the news. Where that cop, that Natchitoches female cop, was like getting drug prescriptions illegally from different hospitals, and he defended her. He was her defender. So he stands up against honesty. Very dishonest people down there, getting that free chicken, the deliveries, whoever was conducting that operation. Who knows? That's probably still going on. They don't look into that case. What has the city council had to say? What has the mayor had to say about his own police department that he's supporting, allowing them to run rampant, arresting people for no reason in the library, selling steroids, doing all kinds of things that people find out about, but a lot more that people don't. It's and the judges just kind of look over that and still call you guilty, saying and looking at the judges like, or looking at the cops like they're little angels running around town causing havoc. I believe that those cops are joining in, shooting off their guns in the city. I don't think it's just all civilians doing that. I think that the civilians may like to shoot off their guns, but I think that the police also do that as well, having a little competition. There's still a lot that can be looked into with this city, but oh no, look into me, because I didn't give my name fast enough, because I was still trying to figure out, step one, what is the crime that we're investigating here that is or is about to be conducted. And now I have an arrest warrant. I've had a former arrest warrant. I currently have this arrest warrant. I'm told, though, it's only vocal because Shanita's too lazy to send it to me on Friday. She has it in her hands, but she's lazy. She has to rest. So I gotta wait on her. And I got a phone number now. I can call her. I can call them multiple times if they don't give me the right answer and have to cut my conversation short. I can call the police station and demand to know the reasons why my arresting officers are no longer working there, and ask if they were under the influence of any steroids at the time of my arrest, because McFerrin was working in 2022. He's 36. He's been around for a while. So this is just such a nasty situation, and they want to suck me back in with this arrest warrant. They're trying to pull me back into their swamp, and I'm not too enthused about it with an arrest warrant. I mean, if I could have gotten an extension, give me another month to get down there, then sure, no problem. But I'm not driving through the state with an arrest warrant. If I get pulled over or harassed sleeping in my car, it's an instant arrest, instant tow of my car. It's unclear about other states, but North Dakota made it clear. You could read their warrants, and it clearly says it's within the state, within this whole state, and then dropped. And I got to see that. I didn't quite see that with Judge Ousley's warrant in the 48-hour warrant. He didn't say specifically it was state or not. So yeah, there's a lot to be looked into here. Yeah, just this situation I'm in. It's sticky. I still have my West Milwaukee case that's still active, waiting on evidence for that. The chief demands that I fill out another FOIA request to get the information I need for my trial. I'm not writing any motions to suppress until I get all the information I need. And it's like, it's one thing to get that evidence, and then it's another thing to go through the evidence. You get it, you need time. I need a lot of time. I need months and months to get it. And then what? They're going to give me days and days to go over it? Is that how it works? It's just how the government wants you to respond. I mean, it was very much like the military. Hurry up and wait. I'll just sit and wait, and then suddenly I got to hurry up for the military. I'm familiar with how that system works in the military, but that was for the military. This is for defending my freedom. I mean, that's they're different, very different. I defend the country's freedom, work in that system, and then defending my personal freedom. There's a bit of a difference there. So yeah, okay. Well, the start of let's see, it's January 22nd, 2022, verse May 25th, 2024. So there's the start dates for each of those. Active cases. I have no other active cases that I know of. And yeah, that's what I'm working with right now, and they're very different states. They're very different approaches to how they do things. Louisiana hallucinates a lot more. And Louisiana hallucinates and has a lot of privileged information that shouldn't be privileged. Wisconsin has privileged information, but it's open to public information if you go through all their hoops. There's a lot of hoops. Louisiana is just straight up privileged and not across the board, but Wisconsin will give you just put a lot more paywalls and roadblocks in your way to get that information. As far as I can see in my perspective, I'll have to see what Judge Sanfilippo in West Milwaukee says when I ask for subpoenas on a lot of the stuff, like police policies. Simple things that they want to withhold from me. They want to withhold simple things from me, like holding candy away from a baby type of thing. It's just a simple thing. Yeah, I got to see what the judge thinks of it. See what multiple judges think of it. I don't know if I'll ever get a chance to see what Judge Barber will think of it. What the situation this Louisiana case is in, because Louisiana is very easy to avoid as a state in general anyway. I mean, it's too hot right now. If I would have gone, it would have been just too hot. 86-degree days, no library. I'd just be sitting in my car in 86-degree weather. Right now, I can't do that. Waiting until the November trial, it's ridiculous. What would I do? Yeah, their libraries open up on Saturdays, I believe, but I can't use it. And that was the primary place I was going. I'm in this library. This is another library that I'm not banned from, and they're actually pretty nice. I can hang out here in this meeting room and make a Zoom, or do a live stream just to test it out. I got these options. But yeah, Louisiana, does the city council have anything going on with? See, that was the way I can do it, huh? YouTube and search for Natchitoches.
Introducing all new Milk Street Everything Pan. So why do we call it the Everything Pan? Well, it's because
I just get rid of it. Go. Type in. All right. All right. Search. Oh, okay. Natchitoches. City Council. City of Natchitoches. October 14th. They would have had enough time to respond to the one of their own policemen that they certified, they allowed to work. Do I do a window capture? I think I want to delete that. I open up window. Okay, yep. Send it over. Whoop, over here. Let's see. It's see, they go the city council, they do like 20 minutes of silence.
Nielsen read, this ultimately is going to lead to the brand new gas station in front of Walmart. Is what this is about, to reconstruct that gas station. So they're going to expand it, make it bigger, tear down what they have.
Yeah, it's kind of a little kiosk with just pumps and soda pop, and it'll be a full-blown gas station.
Yep. So, any comments? Chantrell is out this week, but when it's time to vote on it again, she'll be back in the office next week. So, if there happens to be any questions, all right, we've got next a couple ordinances for final, and the first of these two is read by Councilwoman at-large Smith.
Ordinance number 026 of 2024 is an ordinance.
Short-term rentals, okay. Get through that. That's not anything.
Okay, that will provide city to
I could do 5-second
This is-
jumps here.
ordinance. The action ordinance for such validity shall go into this ordinance.
You know what? Why would they?
I think that was last week. We had a public hearing. Chris was present. Deb was present. We had
Very good meeting.
Community was present. We laid the ordinance out. We went through each section to make sure.
Okay, all right.
For 6 months, if you purchase it, it'd be $100 as opposed to $200.
Are they? Is this city council above addressing their police problems? They already had police
I saw
chief.
that on the
Yeah, so
text
it's-
host.
I find out exactly what they're talking about.
I think somebody probably would have needed to bring it up at the council.
Districts, which is residential, which is single-family home.
Yeah, all this structural stuff.
I just wanted to explain that it already prohibits commercial activity in all.
Prohibits selling of steroids.
And operated short-term rental.
Yeah, these guys are likely not.
Councilman Harris is going to read it just a bit, but I got Coach Cabrera, who just came in. He was doing an interview.
Short-term rental.
University, no other campus like it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they want to get into the money-making game.
Because we have a good product that we're going to put out there. Best.
Okay. Demon Madness, all right.
It's out for
Yes, sir. Collective effort, a diverse effort. It's not just one thing to help with crime reduction. I think it's going to be multiple things. And this is just one of those steps that we have taken. So really appreciate the Crime Stopper Committee for their diligence. They're pretty consistent. They're going to meet on tomorrow. Pretty faithful and consistent.
Crime Stoppers. They have McFerrin selling steroids for probably years, because I believe my arresting officers were under the influence as well. Thurman Miller looked a little jacked up to me, like he was probably dabbling in it. And we're supposed to be looking out away from the cops. Don't look at internally at what the cops are doing illegally. Crime Stoppers. They're just protecting themselves. I don't even know how they decided got to the point where they decided to arrest one of their own.
Do it on the city's behalf.
There should be body cam of that. That is something to ask to see. The arrest of McFerrin. Is there body cam out there to watch for that?
No compensation at all. So we really appreciate that. Now, that you help the community have. So that's another effort that we've made.
About the city.
I wish we had a photo of it. I just thought about it, but again, I think people have seen those signs throughout.
Looking good.
We need to have a photo at every meeting.
Photo.
I cut you off with an
when we introduce things to neighborhood, I don't want to see our neighborhood flooded with the signs, and we have people all over town that have problems in their neighborhoods. I went to several different locations in the city of Natchitoches. I didn't see any signs and everything else. The generosity of this town here, there's not only crime in the black community, there's crime all over town. If you're going to put signs up, make sure that you put them all over town and not in just the black community because it seemed like you're being racist about things. So if you're gonna put them up, put them in a white neighborhood. If it even it's no crime, as y'all say it is, white collar crime is a crime. Whatever crime it is, it's still a crime. So let's be fair and honest with everybody and do the right thing by putting these signs up in white neighborhoods also. Thank you.
I would just note that 40 signs, 20 in West Natchitoches, 20 in East Natchitoches. All right, Mrs. Stacy, roll call vote.
Oh, they downplayed it.
Nelson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Harrington.
Yes.
PT.
Yes.
Production.
2020 Charter and a code of ordinances adopted, the American Congress, service them to them back, are incorporated herein, replacement funding, and for their
Sometimes I can't fast forward fast enough.
They said it's just about throwing everything but the kitchen sink, including the kitchen sink at it. So, we didn't have it here, but we'll have it the next time. Just kind of give you some idea. We actually had a presentation on it at the press briefing that we had last week, which is
Yeah, they don't want to address their problems. They downplay their problems.
I think it's definitely worth a shot, and, because that could easily happen.
Yep.
I hope we are asked to look for more.
It's kind of
That was for introduction, but I just want to state my view on it. I know we have crime here in Natchitoches, but I worry about the aspect of it causing more crime, of people breaking into people's cars, homes, to steal guns in order to get the money. That's my only concern. I know that's going to happen. I know we're trying to come up with a solution to de-escalate the crime here in this city. I don't know what it's going to take. I don't know. Nobody has the answer to it. But I just feel like...
Right. Nobody's got the
I've talked to some
answer.
people, about two people. Last week, someone broke into their home, stole some guns. You know, and I just feel like we're going to have more people doing this in order to get the money. And opera money, I feel, could be used for other things here in Natchitoches, other important things.
Like
Not saying that's
steroids.
not important, but I don't think that's the number one thing that we could use that opera money for, to pay people to rob and steal from other people in order to make money for themselves. That's my opinion.
And I guess what you have to do is, and I mean, that's your concern, your thought. Could ask other communities that have put this in place, what did they see? Did they see the robbery, the crime that happened when they put a gun buyback program in? So, I mean, I think that's one step that can be taken. Like I said, I've spoken to the Columbus folks. I don't mind calling them again, or having somebody in my office call them to see did they see anything like that. Kind of go from what their experience is.
Nope, turn a blind eye, you don't
All right,
see
and then
anything.
Clarissa, do we have the number of what we,
Has not been allocated.
including the 25 or the 25 aside?
25 aside.
To help people with their utilities and things.
But allocated.
Yeah, 20, they added all money, but
regulate and police airports and landing fields for the use of aircraft, whereas the city of Natchitoches herein referred to as the sponsor has completed an improvements.
Yeah, they're not gonna address their
In front of you now, and short term, we're going to do a hangar door.
Concrete pavement replacement.
airport stuff.
the temporary bridge coming in, that bridge construction. Cracks.
Be a council member
Be a part of
on that.
Move to adopt Resolution 93.
And I might have skipped over any kind of discussion about the cop, but the way they're talking, I don't think that they don't seem like they're.
Saturday is going to have the meetings.
Yeah, no, they want to sell.
Just so much going on. So we don't have as many during the fall. All right, Dark Woods of Mississippi. I mean, folks have come past. Again, you'll. All right, 30.
He's
And that's at the
advertising.
downtown river.
This is advertising for YouTube. They should cut this off and have as a section all its own if they want to be doing advertisement for these businesses. That's what the mayor likes to do. He's a salesman. I think he was a preacher, but he's a salesman preacher. Whoops. Yeah, these people are just too dirty. It's so tiresome. And I mean, I have to keep putting focus on them for over 2 years. This has just been a Natchitoches 2-year Natchitoches like focus. That's what it is. Focusing on Natchitoches. Got my eye on Natchitoches. They've taken what, $300, $1,500 in just bonds alone. So what is that? $2,000, $30,000 with the lawyer. So it's easily over $30,000 thrown at Natchitoches, and what do I come out with from it with is an arrest warrant that I now have to ask about and deal with. It's costed me so much money and time. I mean, constantly having to look at it, seeing how they want to call me a criminal, and then talk about how it's just no big deal that one of their own could be all racist, one of their own can sell those drugs. Cloyd Benjamin can do and say all these crazy things about me and take it personally, and then Judge Owsley and Barber both accept what he's doing. They're happy with what he's doing. It's just a bunch of demons running around there, swimming through those swamps. So yeah, I guess that was just kind of a look back, a look forward, and trying to plan ahead on what to do with this warrants. Just stop at sheriff's offices and show them an actual warrant and say, what do you want to do about it? All right, that's what I got to do. Gotta march to the sheriff's offices as I travel because it's getting a little too cold up here. I need to move south. I'm not in a big rush, and I'll just put the sheriff's offices on my map now, since I'd rather take care of it at the sheriff's office than being woken up at 1 a.m. told that I'm being arrested for a warrant. I mean, there's more ideal situations that they may not work. They say that it doesn't really matter if I'm arrested on the streets or if I turn myself in. What they know that what really matters is that I'm prepared for the arrest. That matters for me. It doesn't matter for them.